La la la. So, hello, welcome. How is everyone doing? How are you guys? How is everyone doing? Is the music playing?
No.
Why?
I don't know.
There's no music? Oh, there is. Okay. So, how are you? How is everyone doing, guys? He's going to. No, I'm not. I fool you. You see? That's not what I'm gonna do. So, Paco, Helen, Paco. You mess with the fucking camera again, man. For God's fucking sake, man. For God's fucking sake. Every time he's eating his food because, I put him. No, I did it a lot. Because, that's how when he eats. He's moving his plate, he's moving the camera as well. Anyhow, I don't like the green one or the yellow one. It doesn't look good in the camera. I don't like it.
Okay. What do you need?
Blue or red. I mean red because, I think something tells me that it's gonna be a lot of red.
You like this?
No, I don't like it. Yeah, I like this. I mean,
well, it's not horror.
It doesn't matter, Helena. Our channel's colors are red.
You said to change. You said. You said.
You did it. Okay. So, how is everyone doing today? How are you? Also, you can redeem another ticket for Dune's giveaway event, by the way. It doesn't matter. So, sleep. Stitches. I don't want to hear it. Okay.
It's either sleeper or send you to the corner.
No one puts Paco in the corner. Patrick Swayze said that.
Who said that?
Patrick Swayze. So no one puts Paco. He didn't say Paco, but you got the point, right? So we don't have any Krampus either. So I forgot to change that. Give me a second. How are you guys? Hello Stitches. He said no one puts Penny in the corner. Or baby in the corner. I'm someone's baby. Helen, I'm not your baby?
No.
Helen from flu? Go to your mother's.
What?
Go to your mother's.
Go to balcony.
I'm used to it. It's raining outside, Helen. No, I'm gonna catch a cold or something, right? So yeah, hello Stitches, hello Lord Raid, hello man, how are you? Thank you very much. Hello Freya, and Freya, yeah, of course, you should say hi first. Or buy us a drink or something. Hello Susie. Obviously Freya was just messing with you, right? Hello, but I'm just a larger guy to hug. How large are you? Larger than, in size or in level ups?
Hey, I have a lot on my side.
Yeah, of course, Team Helena. Team Helena. So, hello Rarun. Lord Raid. Hello man, thank you very much for stopping by. Also, we got 2 followers, 0 Hearts and... Did you do that? Did you just scare the crap out of me, Helena? I'm gonna talk about that after the stream. Okay.
I'm gonna let you to talk with Bobby.
Rarun, you are standing with women as well.
Stand with me also.
Rarun, I mean, you should know better, man. You got 2 divorces, so you should know better not standing with women. I mean, you got 2 divorces, man. You should know better than that. But anyhow.
To be honest, his cards are 100%, 0.4, 0.6, 0.2, 3.
Yeah, well, hello, Rastivalois, how are you? Lunakar, how are you? Slapping Stitches! We don't tolerate violence here in the channel. We never hit physically. Okay. Tell about you were thinking about it, right?
3.1. We guys, help me. It's free.
So, addicts, how are you, man? Yeah, you can still redeem a ticket for Dune. I mean, we are streaming, right? Technically. Let me change that. So today, we've been to the round table with Funcom. We are content creators with Funcom. There was a round table yesterday, not yesterday, the day before yesterday. And the developers were there revealing us some stuff about what's to come with 1.4. 1.4, by the way, is not gonna be Chapter 4. They're gonna have an update before June Chapter 4. And with Chapter 4, they're gonna have their anniversary because Dune is gonna close 1 year of release. But what they're gonna... No. There's gonna be an update before Chapter 4, which is 1.4, right? So they revealed to us some stuff about that. And they talked about us without going to reveal much about Chapter 4. But, they gave us some hints out there. And they also kept some things secret from us because they wanted us to watch the stream and, they wanted to surprise us. So there are there are many stuff coming to Dune. The game is literally a baby. I mean, 1 year, not even a year. There's not even a year that the game was being released. I mean, we played as content creators the beta before the game was released in May, and then in June the game was released. And in this June, Chapter 4 is gonna come out, which is gonna be 1 year anniversary as well. And before that, there's gonna be another update, 1.4. And we're gonna, the developers are gonna talk about all of the stuff, I assume, today. We are sponsored from Funcom to co-stream the developers update stream today, and we'd like to thank them very much. We are proud to be content creators with the developers like Funcom, right? That they know what they're doing. Also, when we started the round table, the developers that you're gonna see there, except Natasha, all the other developers were there in the round table, and they started with this. We'd like to thank you all the content creators, for your very transparent and truly straightforward, suggestions and review about the game, because that's how you will help us the game to become better, which is a bell for the indie horror ghost hunting developers, because that's exactly what I'm doing, and most of them get offended from our reviews, from my reviews actually, because I'm the one giving them to them, right? And you know what happened, right? They don't listen to us, and most of the games are dead. Okay, so they should get example out of them. So yeah, we are very proud to be content creators with Funcom and THQNORDIC and developers in the range of so big, right? So let me see something. Let me change that. We're gonna watch in 9 minutes. It's gonna start, and we're gonna have stuff revealing to us about what's to come in Dune. So yeah, that's it. Stitches, did you just slap him with 92.7% of strength? Just because you are doing that stuff for Gothic doesn't mean that you are dealing with Gothic here. I'm gonna slap you now, but I'm not gonna be able to slap 92.7. I'm never slapping a woman. I've never slapped a woman in my whole life. Even if some... Ben, how are you, man? Paco, Funcom is going to nerf Paco. I mean, maybe, they're going to put my volume down a little bit. I don't know, maybe. How are you, man? Rarun did it even better. Rarun, you should know better, man. You should know better. Men should stick out with each other. That's what woman does.
Thank you. Thank you for the support.
That's why women prevail. Because they stick with each other. I mean, not all of the times, but at least they make it look like they stick with each other, right? For the for the scenery. You don't know what's happening behind the stages, though, right? But anyhow, that's exactly what I said right now, Ben. I don't know if you catch me, right? I don't know if you got what I was trying to say. You don't know what's coming, what's going on behind the scenery. Behind the scenes, right? No, it's not, Stitches, it's not. It's not. Ask Helena, she knows better.
I don't know anything.
How many woman friends do you have still now? How did I know?
What?
How many women do you have friends until now?
I had a lot of women friends.
Which one? Name one.
Dora, Eliana.
You had. How many are stick with you right now?
Well, they got married.
Anyhow.
I don't care.
Women are bitches, that's true. Women are bitches. And you are bitches with each other as well. But at least for the for the front scene, you stick each other. Women know women, that's why they hate each other. Well, let's stop it. I know where this conversation is going. I don't want to go right there, right? So, but you know what's the issue, Ben, right? These days, men's are not better either, right? So they used to say that the term friendship is is only for men. I mean, I don't believe, and this has been proven to me many times. There is no real friendship between a man and a woman. This cannot be, right? Except some very rare occasions. But if you take a man, which is a man, right? When I say a man, he's a male, right? That he's into woman. And if you take a woman that she's into men, they cannot be friends. I mean, they can pretend that they are friends. They may think that they are friends, but they're never friends. The fact that you get better with dude Stitches and not with women, that doesn't mean that you are friends with men, right? Except some very rare occasions. So the term friendship started with men's.
You know what?
Yeah.
I had a lot of male friends.
Yeah.
Real friends.
That's true.
Like felt friends with.
Yeah.
Besides one.
Which one?
You.
Yeah, I know. Thank you very much. That's my point. So.
Yeah, you are a player, man.
I'm not a player. I am a player. I like.
You're not a man. You're a player. You play with whatever comes in front of you.
I'm a player, Helena. I'm born a game player, right?
No.
Helena, go for plug yourself. So. Exactly, Stitches. So you know what I mean, right? Anyhow, 4 minutes to start. That was very deep, Helena. Very deep. That was very deep. So yeah, here's 0 of them. Also, yeah, I mean, when you grow older, right, and you level up, and you start realizing what's going on here, you will find out that you will stop forgiving people, or you may forgive them, but you're not gonna forget, and you're not gonna stick with them. You're gonna say, yeah, man, I forgive you. Okay, I mean, I'm not gonna keep it. I'm a person that I don't keep. If someone does something to me, I'm not gonna keep it for the rest of my life, right? I'm gonna say exactly if I feel betrayed or something, or that I'm wrong. Someone wronged me. I will, say with him that I feel that's wrong. I will say to each other, to the person that did me wrong, I don't, you're not supposed to do that to me. It hurt me, but I'm gonna turn the page and I'm gonna put an X and I'm say, okay, it's all forgotten. I'm not gonna keep it with the rest of my life, but it's done. End of story, right? And I'm gonna turn the page. Before a certain age, I kept on forgiving people because I said, yeah, man, okay, don't be so cruel. Okay, they said sorry, so they regretted it. So yeah, and then it happened again and again and again. So at some point, when you level up, you will realize that you're starting thinking, and you're gonna find out that you end up alone. And this is not because no one wants to become friends with you. This is because you decided that you don't want to take it anymore, right? Exactly. That's true, also stitches. So yeah, at some point you're gonna say, I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm not gonna, okay, I know exactly what's going. Let's move, let's turn the page. And I mean, I've been friends with a lot of people, and right now, I'm not friends with almost no one. And not because the people doesn't want to be friends with me, because I know that, it's not good for me. So I turn the page, and, it's my decision. So you will realize that as you move on, as you level up, right? Not because no one wants to be friends with you, it's because you decide to be alone. Because it's better, right? So, that was very deep, Helena, right now. I have a headache. I mean, it's coming from above, Helena, all this knowledge that I have in my head. I don't know what to do with it. So let's go. No, I cannot run. Or choose one friend. Yeah, exactly. Or you choose one, two person in your life that you think they deserve it, and you stick with them like it's your treasure that you should guard for the rest of your life, and you stick with them, and that's it.
Well, Ben, that's really true. We've been friends.
Yeah.
With Paco for 28 years.
Mm-hmm. True.
28.
Mm-hmm. And I always was saying to you, there's no real friend between woman and a man. And look where this ended up.
You are Khazan, feeling.
Careful for yourself. So okay, let's go, guys. Less than a minute. Let's go and see what Dune. What lies ahead for Dune? What the developers is gonna tell for us? Let's go. With all this knowledge, I have a headache now. I'm gonna buy some beers later.
I'm gonna leave you to your headache then.
I have too many brain cells to kill Helena. I mean, I'm drinking so better that I should be a genius, man. With all this alcohol that I have drunk in my whole life, it's still a lot, man. I cannot handle it. Let's go to the stream. let's go to the stream, Helena.
I'm gonna tell you later after the stream.
Let's go to the stream. Yeah, I like Mythos. We like Mythos. Actually, we had Mythos yesterday. Here it goes.
Grüezi, hi, and welcome to another Dune Awakening live developer stream here from our offices in Oslo. I'm Natasha Rösli, Senior Global PR Manager at Funcom, and I am your host for today. So we have some exciting things to talk about, things we've been working on in the past.
Yeah.
We have coming up a quick look back to Chapter 3. Kind of a recap. We'll be talking about what's coming next in the update 1.4.
It's raining outside, okay?
And
I'm gonna catch a cold.
The Waters DLC as well that will also be delivered with 1.4, and we also have a Q&A at the end of the stream. So it has been a hot minute.
Domestic violence,
in Iraqis terms, pun intended, since we had our last
stream. It's not my hair.
But I am very excited to be back. I'm very excited to have really interesting guests today and to talk about what we've been working on. So, to start us off, let's take a quick look back at what
I didn't expect anything less for you, Stitch, okay?
Welcome to Chapter 3, the biggest update to Dune Awakening yet. Chapter 3 rebuilds the Landsrad system from the ground up. Take on Landsrad missions that shape your role. Gatherer, crafter, explorer, fighter, or saboteur. 10 new overland locations rise from the wasteland. These include 5 new Imperial testing stations, and they feature a new boss system with group challenges that can be scaled to greater rewards. The main story of Dune Awakening continues in Chapter 3 with the Art of Candy. This is Chapter 3, a rebuilt
This is the recap for Chapter 3.
New missions,
Landsrad missions and stuff like that came with Chapter 3.
and
And the boss in dungeons.
All right, so we are back and
No, he's wearing
I
shoes.
have some exciting guests.
Oh, he's
I am
wearing slippers.
Always happy to have you back on stream, Joel. Joel and his toe shoes, our creative director on Dune Awakening. Joel, introduce yourself quickly to the ones who don't know you.
Hi, my name is Chris Knife, and it's been a while. It's been a while. I've been
He's the
making
one that was
trips.
talking to
I've
us,
been
Helena.
Obviously busy, hard at work on chapter
And
3.
Joel. Joel was there in
1.4
the
we're
round
going to
table.
talk about today, and I also, in the middle of that, took a trip home to Australia to visit my family down under, who I haven't really seen that much in the last 7 years, thanks to Dune Awakening, and it's good to be back and to see the community. And I don't have real toe shoes today. I feel bad about that, but my real toe shoes are in the wash because they had the stank, so I got some other ones on.
You need to have your microphone a little bit away from your beard, sir, because you're having like
I have scratchy throat.
beard scratches on the stream. So
And my wife complains about it all the time.
Hello.
And also the master of
Yeah, me too.
colourful
I
socks
hate them.
normally,
This-
but
I really
he
hate them.
disappoints today. Can we even see it? Yeah, we can see it. It's like wearing black socks today, but some really cool fancy
It's
slippers.
my Japanese hotel slippers that I stole from a Japanese hotel. Well,
No one heard.
borrowed-
It's fine. It's
borrowed.
fine. No one heard
I'll
that.
return them one
It's
day.
okay.
It's fine.
It's okay. But anyway, Ole Andreas,
What the fuck, man?
our production director.
What's
Andreas,
happening with them and the
also
feet?
No, I think that's good. I've not been down under, but I've been here keeping the fort.
Yeah,
things-
that's
things
true.
got a
He's
lot
been
better- things got a lot
working-
better while I was
he's
away,
been
so thank
working
you.
It was a lot easier to just make shit.
You're still rubbing here.
happen.
I think you need to. Can you just put it
No.
maybe a little bit
Oh.
further down?
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's
It's
rubbing
We
rubbing
actually
against.
really missed that guy while he was out. It
Should
was,
I,
it's kind of nice.
do you want me to just hold
Just
it
put
up
it,
to my
put it
mouth?
a little bit down here, maybe.
Oh, okay.
On a fold.
Take it out.
I feel like
Take
this
it
is
off and
a
put
HR
it on
case
a-
waiting to happen.
Tech issues.
That's perfect.
Is that better?
Yeah. Perfect.
Any
Okay.
nipple interference? Or are we good? No?
Nipple
Okay.
interference. All right. Thank you, Joel.
Sorry.
All right. So we have been hard at work, believe it, with some of the recent updates as well, since we updates we had since chapter 3. One of them actually just went live 2 days ago as well, that introduced some really cool new things, including dedicated PvE and PvP instances for the deep desert for each of the official worlds. Very, very excited about that one. But let's briefly chat about Chapter 3, right? There were a lot of new things that we introduced, a lot of cool new features that kind of were introduced to kind of build a foundation as well. So it's like, how did it go? Like, are you proud?
Maybe I
Yes.
should talk about how it started.
Yeah, let's do
I
that.
think this is kind of interesting for people to hear. So obviously before the game launches, my job is partially to make a plan, right? And have a plan. Here's the roadmap. This is what we're working towards, right? These are the creative goals for the project. And then the game launched and we sort of saw how things were going, what people were complaining about, asking for, wanting more of, what wasn't working, what was working. And we knew that my original plan for Chapter 3 just had to be sort of thrown away, right? So we kind of took what was originally planned and we just said, no, you know what? People need more endgame content. We need to pivot here. It's a very hard pivot for the team because we were kind of in the middle of production on a lot of stuff. We sort of went, no, we can't deliver what was originally planned. I don't know if I'm supposed to talk about what was originally planned, but
We can go high level. That's okay.
yeah. So
Let's-
we were originally having planning to have the third faction in the Landsrad, the Smugglers, and Fallen Light as a social hub, and of course a bunch of things like faction quests around that. But we saw that players weren't as interested in that kind of play, and they were more interested in what was going on at the end game. We saw that the Landsrad obviously wasn't fulfilling the function that we'd originally wanted it to fulfill in the game, and obviously we had a lot of stuff going on there with the end game. So it was a huge pivot. We came up with a plan. We worked with the systems designers. We came up with a progression system, the specialization systems. We worked with the content teams to figure out how we were going to do these Landsrad maps, the Landsrad missions, the dungeon team to figure out how we would do boss fights. The combat team was also obviously a huge part of that. And then we all just came together with this big plan. Pivot time, everyone turned on a dime and started working on this stuff. And we managed to, I think, deliver a pretty huge update after a lot of work. So yeah, it was a very big thing, but it was about listening to what the community was saying, listening to what people were asking for in the game, seeing what people were looking to have more of, and sort of giving people more to do and more stuff, more ways to advance their characters. So yeah,
Yeah, I'm really happy, but the team really pulled through and delivered on this one.
Yeah,
I remember we sat down in this very room, sitting down with all of the people that you talked about, discussing the plan, coming up with it, and then just let's execute. And the plans that we had in the past, they'll be there if you want to revisit someday. But this was what really mattered at that time. So, and I'm pretty happy to see how it's been received. The player seems to have enjoyed it. We built a great foundation.
I enjoyed it.
The foundation we built is we spent a lot of time building a good system for dungeons, a good system for
But I
bosses.
really enjoyed the UI menu.
Fleshing out so it's easier to build these kinds of content in the future. The Landsrad system with missions, it's easy to expand on. So yeah, we have a pretty good foundation now.
Yeah, I totally agree
True,
with that. And
true.
as you say,
There are so
it
many
just
stuff that they can do with the
creates
Landsrad
a base
missions,
for us
right?
to build upon, right? And also some of
Actually,
the
give
things
us more
that
missions,
come up now that we actually
different missions.
kind of already use that system and build on it already. But of course, we have many more cool things that the teams are working on that, of course, we can't really talk about just yet, but hopefully soon. So I am very excited for the future, of course, of Dune Awakening. So, but I'm also a little bit biased, I guess.
Future's so bright, you got to wear shades.
Oh yes.
Also because it's Arrakis.
Goggles
Also
and
because
a
it's
steel
Arrakis.
suit
Sorry.
and a steel suit. Yes, exactly.
And
Yes, so there is a lot of things that have changed in a very short amount of time. Also, of course, we had community challenges that were also super well received, I think. And
Yeah.
people were freaking bursting through those.
We
Just
even
not
had
how
to
arguments.
here's a stretch goal because
Crazy,
you,
yeah.
the players, you just
Smashed
burned
it.
through
Thank
it.
you for
smashed
stopping by,
it
man.
Completely.
Absolutely smashed it. And
So that's definitely something we want to do more of,
Yes,
by the way. That is-
exactly, yeah. We are going to actually mention that again a little bit in one of the follow-up segments as well regarding community
Yeah.
challenges and things like that, because they are fun. I love them myself. So. Also, we actually see already some stats on the screen as well. The viewers should see that as well. There are some fun facts and some fun data, because obviously we are looking at the data besides the fact that we have our ear.
This is not true. Rarun is taking him like an hour to complete the
But yeah, let me
the,
show you
you
some.
know, the chimp-
let
the
me
chimp-
show some stats at you,
Mission.
and then you just kind of react to those. Either like you say like, oh, that's because of this or whatever. It's like, so yeah. In regards to dungeons, I think
Some
one
people
really
have cleared
interesting,
dungeons at
fact
the
is that
impressive 150 difficulty
75%
level.
of users complete 1 to 3 dungeons per day.
They have
Oh, wow.
what?
That's a high number.
100.
I
Someone
think.
went to
So it
150
looks like that was a very
naked.
good addition, and people
Crazy.
really like running those as well.
Nice.
Who
yeah,
did
and the
that?
average time was 13 minutes, I think, to complete it on.
That's what it said, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I mean, that's good because like it adds
30
a
minutes, yes.
sort of session length to the game as well, which people,
Who
like
did
people
that?
with less time, they still
Naked.
feel like they can achieve something meaningful.
Yeah.
So yeah, running 1 to 3 dungeons, yeah, that sounds about
Exactly,
right. Like,
Ben.
and I remember when we started working on the game, one of the
150,
targeted
are you
session lengths
crazy?
for the game, from a design perspective, was we expected people to play about 45 minutes, which
It's
would be
going
3
so-
dungeons,
so much.
right? So it's
You
not
can
too
go
bad, yeah.
up,
That's some
But
of the
also-
other
you can
things
go
that you
above
did as well.
100.
Yeah, of course,
So
of
it's-
course. So it's yeah.
That's also that PlayStation time was way longer than we expected.
Oh yeah, of course. The
That was-
PlayStation time is longer, but that was the target.
And Gothic is,
originally.
was crazy.
Gothic is happy
yes,
that it
so
went to 13
also,
level.
It's like 1% completes an average of 10 dungeons
10.
per day, which is kind of crazy.
Wow.
Which is kind of crazy.
Those people
they like.
really want their specialization, so I guess they're capped. So,
Yeah.
but they want their augments.
They do it. I guess they appreciate the boost events.
Yeah, for sure.
75% of the dungeons are completed solo. I think that's not on the screen right now, but I think we had I think that's also very interesting.
It's quite interesting and something we've seen in the data as well. And we've been looking at that specific thing as a thing we wanted to dig deeper into. And we do see that the
Yeah, I know.
balancing that we
That,
did for
that's
1-3
the that's the whole
did favor somewhat
right?
the
To
solo
reach
ones,
20
in a
level
little
and
bit,
above
so
of dungeons.
we are doing
That's where the
passes
good
now, actually,
drop are
to-
starting
to kind of
to
make the balance
drop, right? That will, the good stuff are coming.
Yeah,
Or
just
at
make
least-
grouping meaningful, right? Like that's the important thing here. Is like to make people feel like they aren't losing out by playing with friends.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of kind of the
Yes.
effect that you would want to
Yeah,
have. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
there's balancing passes towards that.
Because there's fun in playing together, and I just came out of a run I did with Jeff here,
Yeah.
and that was really fun. And I don't want to feel like I'm punished for doing that.
Yes,
so it
exactly.
makes sense.
No, and people who play together stay together, as we say. So
Yeah.
it's always
nice.
fun.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, we want to encourage that, and obviously that was one of the things we felt was a bit off after the patch.
Yeah.
So it's something we've been working towards fixing. We've patched a little bit with this.
Yeah, we do, just nice. We do.
Yeah,
We
2
have-
days ago.
yeah.
We have a private server sponsored by Nitrado. We are partners with Nitrado.
And then there's more to look at. as
And
well,
we
right?
have our private
The stuff we did
server
in that one
in Nitrado,
was
and we're playing Dune there.
Reducing
And we have our
ad spawns
guild.
in the 2, 3,
Who's
4.
got it high?
Boss health,
Loot bugs, there were
loot
some
bugs,
issues, yeah.
some rebalancing of the loot. So that
Thank you,
you're
man. Ben, thank
Getting
you.
more of the loot that you actually want,
Yes.
and less of the loot that you don't
Yeah.
want.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, continuing to improve. Iteration.
I appreciate
How it
that,
is with a
Ben.
live game, right?
How are you,
It's
Puzduskatus?
No plan
it's a
survives first contact
work
with the
in
live
progress.
game.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And then the highest level of difficulty a dungeon was completed was
Yeah,
at
I know,
least
Ben, don't worry
back
about
when we
it.
pulled this data, level 150,
What?
which is freaking crazy, which is
that?
absolutely insane. Like shout out to whoever did that. If you're watching,
Who was able to go
Kudos.
150
That's
difficulty level
how
in
high can you
dungeons?
go? There's a challenge for you.
The highest that I
Let us
see
know.
was Gurufos 90.
Right
Mama
now
goes
it's
up to
150.
999, so.
150
Yeah.
naked.
It doesn't have a cap, does it?
Oh, I think it does.
Maybe because
Yeah, it
Rarun
doesn't
just
have a
running
cap.
naked,
Technically.
but
I
naked
mean, technically,
everywhere.
there is an int max somewhere, but
Yeah,
Get some Red Bull,
There'll have to
Puzduskatus.
be a number that, yeah.
It's like the Donkey Kong thing, like once you're at 9,900.
150 difficulty. I mean, if we go there,
Yeah.
we're gonna, we're gonna
Circle, yeah.
We're gonna die
Yeah, the
before
thing
we
that's
even
impressive about
go
that,
in the map.
So there's a certain point, like in the RPG, and this is actually what's helpful about this scaling system as well, is it allows us to keep an eye on how our RPG systems work in the game and how the player stats and things scale. And
Yeah,
one of the
yeah,
things we
update.
see is that
Yeah.
basically if you can avoid getting
Exactly.
hit at all, which is what these players managed to do to get to 150.
Naked runs.
If you can avoid being hit, that's why, it's naked runs as well. But if you avoid taking any damage at all, then of course it doesn't matter what the level of the dungeon
Yeah.
is, right? Like
Yeah.
Yeah, but how are you
there's
gonna
some,
do that, man? No,
yeah, there's some really
Get
cool
no
and
hit at
interesting
all.
things there in terms of progression and lessons we need to learn for scaling as well to make our systems better. So I've been talking with the systems guys about it and the combat team because it's kind of this
What?
conversation between combat and systems about making sure that these things feel correct and meaningful, and that it isn't just like once you get past a certain point, it's just not about not getting hit.
Yeah.
There has to be some more progression there. So
Yeah, makes total sense.
yeah.
Awesome. Also, of course, we already talked about or briefly touched upon.
Well, the idea,
PvE
TTC,
and
is
PvE deep
that you will
desert
have
instances
made, you
now.
will have run the dungeon
also
so
we
many
just,
times
had Hago
that you will
Basin
know everything by heart,
PvE as well.
right?
Do you wanna
Captain
say
Hook,
one
how are you, man?
about How that came to be, like what the kind of, thought behind all of this is.
Sure, I'll take the blame and the no, it's fine. It's the so I mean there was a vision when the game launched, right, for how we thought that these things would
Glad to
play
hear,
out.
man. Glad to hear,
We were
Captain.
trying
Thank
to
you very
make
much for
them
being
work.
here.
There was a very clear vote from the audience, the people who bought the game and played the game. This isn't all that they wanted, right? And it wasn't working the way that they wanted. And so we have been like looking at the stats, talking to people. We made obviously a very quick adjustment to the Deep Desert to make 50% of it PvE and PvP, thus making nobody happy at all because it wasn't really designed as a PvE experience. And the PvP experience was shrunk down to a certain area. So we've been discussing back and forth internally for months and months about what to do and how to do it and how to refocus things. And I think the conclusion was at the end of the day that and there was talk of doing things like making entire PvP servers from scratch so that it was PvP all the way through. There was talk of it. But there were complications with doing things like that where people who were invested would lose all their stuff, having to go migrate to a new server and start from... So, I mean, we have mitigated all of those things along the way.
Yeah.
But still... So we decided that actually giving people the choice between a PvP Deep Desert and a PvE Deep Desert was the best way to make people be able to like choose the type of play that they wanted to engage in, right? And then that allows us as well to then focus in. So, PvP players will have a different meta. They'll have a different approach to the game. We'll get feedback on that. We'll be able to make
Joel,
changes
by the way,
that
he was
work
saying to
more
us
for people
in
who
the
are
round
participating
table
in this
that
kind of
he
pure
was the
PvP
chief
battles.
director
There are things that I've talked about in the
for
past
Conan
that I've
Exiles when it
mentioned.
was out.
The control points should come back at some point, and they will then tie directly back to the Landsrad, but it won't be the system that it was. The control points will have a slightly different emphasis. There's things we can do in the new PvP Deep Desert, like no fly zones, right? I've mentioned that in the past to reinforce the RPG systems, reinforce getting on the ground and fighting things out properly. So there is kind of like a thought process behind segregating the types of players and how they want to play. I'll highlight this by saying another thing because I think it's really important. A lot of our negative Steam reviews are people complaining about having to do forced PvP, as they call it in the game, right? And so there's also a lot of pressure to make sure that, like, well, we need to make sure that people don't feel that they're forced into it, right? And I think that's also been a clear goal from the team, like to make sure that the most possible people can enjoy Dune Awakening.
Yeah, makes
And
total sense.
now you can choose to.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think it's also worth mentioning that this eventually allows us to kind of make a more tailored experience for each audience, or not each audience, but each experience, I guess I would rather say. Because
He probably he's talking about the end game stuff, Rarun, not
PvE audience,
not the main campaign.
To PvP, if they wanted to.
Yeah.
I also think it's worth mentioning, because we've seen this already, and we did have a conversation about this before 1.3.20 went out, about making sure that PvE Deep Desert is a place where griefing is not a predominant factor. And we expect this to some extent, of course, because that's just how the nature of these kinds of games are. But we are currently also looking at further mitigations towards that. So more to come on that end.
Yes.
We've done one pass with this patch, but there will be more coming.
Yes.
I think it's also really nice to have that PvE option in the Deep Desert, because then people can, amass resources and they don't feel like they can dip their toe into PvP and they don't feel like, oh, I'm going to get super punished because they know, oh, I have a lot of things at home.
Recovery is easier now.
Exactly. It's easier to recover from that, which I understand that a lot of people don't have that much time. They can't just, spend. Some people have, some people don't, right?
Yeah.
And then if you put those people in the same pot, it gets difficult, right?
Yep.
It's been a key concern, I think. I would say that that's a red thread through everything we've done since the launch of the game, is that the game punished people with too much loss, right, throughout parts of the game. So and losing vehicles really hurts people, and we had bugs around that in the beginning. We had a bunch of things that were causing those problems, and then also like harvesting. People were losing vehicles out in the deep desert. So there is like this consistent feedback on the loss, and it's very hard from a game design perspective to make meaningful PvP without meaningful loss.
Exactly.
Right, which is why the choice to make a PvP deep desert where there can be meaningful loss, right, so that people still feel that the risk is there and the tension of those moments still exists. And then we can work on, and hopefully other like-minded people are out there, so it's still that moment of tension when you go out into the PvP deep desert and you still feel like you're flying out and you're looking, check your six, where are people coming from? Is there anyone around me? And we've made so many improvements to the game for that, like the view distance of ornithopters, and all those kind of things that we've been just working on to try and make it better. I think we patched a version of a fix for ornithopter surfing yesterday as well.
Not the ornithopter, that's coming in a future patch.
That's the next patch, okay, sorry. But so we are listening and paying attention to how the dynamics are as well. So as with all these things, you put them out, you see how things go. And then on the PvE side, I think there's things
that's what they say, but it's not coming now.
A less boring PvE
in a further, in a future update.
It was never designed. Like the content in the deep desert was always that tension, those moments with other players, and PvE has sort of not got the same tension.
Me neither.
In the deep desert. So there's things we will do there as well and look at.
So there's a lot of things to come, a lot of things that are being worked on, a lot of things that people internally also are aware. I'm also glad you mentioned the ornithopter gliding thing. That was, I know, a big pain point
the surfing,
recently, the surfing.
We are paying attention to pretty much everything being said out there. So if people are worried, keep raising it. That's great. We want you guys to raise anything that you see as an issue. And we have a great community team, a great CS team, a great live team, and they keep looking at this stuff, and we evaluate all the time. Yeah,
and as we said as well, I think we mentioned it. The specialization go in that kind of that way as well. Is we want to give player the option to play in their way, like find ways or like enforce or make sure they can actually do the things they like doing, right? Other things that go this way as well is, of course, the things that we're doing with self-hosted servers and things like that. There's other things that are coming that we work on. Maybe you want to mention those two. There's two big things that.
It's almost ready now for public test client, where I just spoke to the team today. It's starting to become in a very good spot, the self-hosted servers, and that will allow a lot of players who want to kind of tailor their experience to be able to do that. And that's one of the I guess the general directions that we want to take is that we want to open it up a little bit for people to kind of tailor their experience for what they want. So if you want a hardcore full like on PvP world, you can set that up yourself and gather that kind of community, and we're not going to be the ones gating it.
For the self-hosted
We
server,
still have
right?
our own servers, of course, that run the game as we intended.
Yeah, officials and
Yeah.
No, I think that's really important, right? Like giving players the option
Yes.
is always sort of one of the philosophies we try to follow, right? Like, and Conan Exiles was the same. It was kind of one of the things we always talked about. People would say, "Should we do this or this?" And I'd be like, "Just make it an option so people can choose which one they want to do." Right? And it's the same thing with this. The self-hosted, I think it launches with a somewhat limited set of options, and we're adding more and more.
So
Or we
there's
got
going
most
to
of
be,
them in?
you can get access to most options, but it's a bit convoluted to figure out how to configure it. So
Okay.
we'll make it pretty obvious, the options that do matter for most people with documentation and all of that stuff, and then we'll keep making that more accessible. And then we also expect some of the community to build tools around it.
Yes.
Because that always happens with these kinds of things. So we'll build our own tools, but we also expect the community to build some really cool tools
We hope.
around it. We hope, yeah.
I'm pretty sure they will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are great.
Yeah, and then of course we also have several matches coming relatively soon as well. More on that at another point in time, though. So yeah, but that was it for this segment. I think that was very interesting, and it's always super cool to get a bit more into the meat of things and why were things done and what we're doing as well, and the thought processes and stuff. So hopefully you found that interesting as well. I know I did, so I'm always excited to have Joel and Ole Andreas on stream. So Joel, thank you so much.
That's all right.
Chris,
Yeah.
thank you
My
so
name
much.
is Chris.
I'll have you back for the Q&A.
Okay.
Ole Andreas, you will be staying with me for the next segment.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And we will actually look at 1.4 and what's coming your way with 1.4. But also we have a quick teaser for you. So take a look.
Yeah. The Wind Pass, new end game location. New end game station. And of course, new boss. That's for you, Stitches. New ornithopter. Red. We love red.
So welcome back, everybody.
May 19th.
I actually have a completely
So May
new face on
19th,
stream today, and I'm so happy that you can
Update
join us today,
1.4 is
Hugo.
gonna be out.
Thank you.
This is Hugo Mardolkar. He is our project management director.
At least he's
And
wearing shoes.
If that sounds a little bit confusing, don't worry. Basically, we have Ole Andreas here who does the what of our development, and Hugo does kind of the how in the development. So those two actually work quite closely together as well. So they kind of balance each other.
Did you
out
like
and
Stitch the
complement each other
Cosmetic and
really
against
well.
sub? Yeah, bright big ones, but you
Hugo,
know.
you want to
Who's,
introduce
right?
yourself quickly?
Nevertheless.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I am Hugo,
Did you see the
or,
ornithopter, guys?
as we say in
Looks
Portuguese,
fucking awesome.
Hugo.
Hugo?
Yeah. I've been in Funcom for more than 10 years. I started out as a coder in the old games. But yeah, now I work as project management director with
Yeah, they
Ulla.
do, Stitches.
So I focus on how things are done, and he focuses on what gets done. So and it's really nice to work with Ula.
Oh. Likewise.
Outside of work, just a little detail. I'm a third.
We don't know
degree
what
black
Natasha
belt
is
in
wearing, right?
Taekwondo. I'm a third dan.
So don't mess with Hugo.
I absolutely love Taekwondo. There's no Hugo without Taekwondo, and so I teach it every week, and it's super nice. Of course, I'm also a gamer. I play board games, tabletop RPGs, video games, all of it.
Nice one.
And a connoisseur of really cool meme T-shirts, obviously, as we can see right here.
He has pretty much a new one for every day.
Element of surprise. It's awesome. Yeah, I love it. All right, so we just watched the trailer. Hugo, was that correct?
Yeah, close.
Almost. close enough. Tell us a little bit what's coming.
So for update 1.4, we have 3 main things. We have the Water Shippers DLC. We have a new dungeon.
Water
Water
DLC.
Wars
Yes.
DLC. Yep. I knew I was going to get it wrong. Internal names, external names, And then we have the Old Quarry dungeon. And we have a new endgame location called Wind Pass. And this time it's not Joel's fault. It's actually Herbert that called it that. So.
The official name, Wind Pass.
There's a few internal jokes on that one.
A few.
Yes, I'm pretty sure chat had a field day with that as well, or maybe has one now, so we'll see. Yes, so as you also mentioned, the Water Wars DLC is of course the conclusion of the season pass.
Yep. Correct.
Yes. So now, it's called Update 1.4 officially, Ole Andreas. Why is it not a chapter? Why is it an update 1.4?
Yeah, it's a good question. I've seen some videos online as well from certain creators that have been guessing on what's coming in this update. So to give you like a little bit of the view on the back end of things on our end, we're working on a bunch of new cool content on our side. What's coming in 1.4 is a part of it, but some of the content that we're working on, including new map location, it needs a little bit more time to cook before we're ready to release it to the players. So that's coming in a later time in the year. But yeah, with 1.4, we have been cooking on what Hugo just mentioned, which we're pretty excited about showing. So, and then the continuation of the story is also something that is coming a bit later in the year. And usually we've been tying the word chapter to the continuation of the story. So that's kind of why I guess it's called an update 1.4.
Yeah. Also, it's kind of like another stepping stone, right, for us to actually then go into the bigger updates, like laying more foundation work and all that to then go to the big boom.
And the content in update 1.4 is literally a stepping stone for what's to come. What I'm teasing about now, there's a good foundation there that teases.
It's exciting stuff, though. Like I really like the 2 new locations. I'm just going to say as much, but we'll take a look. Actually, we can take a look now. Let's go in game and check out Wind Pass. So Hugo, tell us, what is the story?
Yeah, but I mean, it's important to say that, in the beginning, it was challenging to make Wind Pass, but with the right direction and the right shape, it really started to flow, and it feels pretty good to be able to show you all this map. So you can see.
Really, dude? Oh my god!
So yes, on the left you can see the Harkonnen structures that they were the original people here, and they abandoned it. And then you can see the red structures is from the new faction of the Water Shippers. So the Water Shippers have several families, and the family that took over this location is called the Yafeng family. So
it looks so completely different to anything we have seen so far in the game.
Yeah, the architecture is really cool.
Yes, and we actually see that. We see more of that later on, but.
Yeah, so they took this location and they set up a operation where they get asteroids from space.
This is the new end game location, right?
And then they harvest water.
So we're gonna
and
have a new
minerals
endgame
from those
location and a new
asteroids.
dungeon
But
with a new
they
boss.
clearly were very greedy.
New
So
cosmetics,
there on the left,
building.
you can see that something bad happened.
Cosmetics.
And then because of all
And-
the commotion, the old houses send the player
new-
to investigate. So on the right side, you
on the
can
filter.
then see one of the locations, one of the areas where you might have to go there for some of the missions, because this map comes with 5 Landsrad missions. So that used to be the living quarters. And then up there, that red structure is the Yafeng family mansion, which is built with the new kit that you will get with this update.
Well, it's a part of the DLC.
Yeah, part of the DLC. And yeah, you
Very
will see as we go into the mansion that these are clearly very rich people.
I love the red accent color. It's beautiful.
I think
Me
Gavin
too.
can talk more about it,
Oh,
but
yeah.
the shape has to do
Yeah.
with
I like it.
crabs and something. And
We will
yeah,
talk about
here you
that.
can see they even have palm trees inside.
What a waste, though. Oh my god. That's just like such a power move and such a show-off move. It's like, we have water to waste. We're just gonna have palms inside.
And if you go to the right,
Like, what the hell, man?
you can see the very rich room of the leader of the Yafeng.
I want God to make me a room like this.
It's got a nice little bedroom there.
And Stitch will decorate
And to
it.
the left, you'll see their planning room. So there is a strategy table here, which may or may not hint at things to come.
That looks
There
fucking
might have
awesome,
also
man.
been a frame in
That
the wall
looks fucking
with a
awesome.
picture, maybe, maybe not.
It is pretty nice teaser of.
Yeah, I want all the things. That looks awesome. We have a strategy
And then
table in the base right now,
We'll get
but
to look
this is
at
better.
Some of the
This looks
underground
way better.
areas of this map.
As you mentioned as well, like, of course, depending on which specialization you do a Landsrad mission for, you go to like different areas, you have different objectives, of course, and each of the specialization actually does have missions here, of course.
Yes.
And if anybody's wondering why nobody's getting like attacked or none of the NPCs are doing anything, it's because we're cheating and
Yeah. So this is the R&D lab. This is where you will come and steal some information, maybe steal some schematics. You'll see.
Yeah, they probably are in a God mode invisible. In a God invisible
And then
mode.
on the other side, you have the greenhouse. And this is where we took another inspiration from Dune. We're using something which are called the tubers. Internally, we sometimes refer to them as the potatoes. And these ones are growing. In theory, they grow up to 2 meters long, and they have, I cannot remember, but a lot of water in them.
it's funny because Norway is a potato country, is what we call it.
Yeah,
internally.
yeah. I mean, we're gonna have some
Here we
color.
are growing potatoes.
So,
I mean,
and
we
the
actually gonna
missions,
have some
some
color
of
now,
them
Stitches.
will involve coming here to kill someone. It could be to steal information because the other houses want to know what the Yafeng are doing here, or how they're managing
color.
to grow the
And water.
tubers
In the
this,
water sippers here,
location.
there's water.
It can also be to poison something. So they're quite different emissions.
We also just saw now that
Here is your pipes,
Conan
Rarun.
is playing behind the scenes here.
Here is the
he
pipes that
went
you
up and
requested
down,
from,
so there's a lot of
Copy.
verticality in
You
this
see,
particular
the water
map as
pipes.
well, which I think is really interesting too.
Yeah, no, it's one of the world direction pillars in defined by Jeff, our world director. Is
Shout
that
out to Jeff.
Yeah, shout out to Jeff. Is that we need to have verticality in the game, and that's been a core pillar for the entire thing. And I think when he first saw this map, he was like, "Ooh, you guys, you really listened to me.
Finally
this is
got the
amazing."
brief.
He actually said, "Guys, it's almost too vertical." But yeah,
Is there such a thing for Jeff? Too vertical? Nah.
I think it was
Not
okay.
after the Graven, yeah.
He was.
But-
so this area here is we call the launchpad area, and you can see the water towers from the water shippers, and then on the right and above you can see the structures that hold the asteroids with Holtzman fields.
And you can go all the way up there, and there might even be a reason for you to go all the way up there.
There might be a mission that takes you up there. And then one of
That's
the
very
coolest locations is the mill, which is where they the asteroids, they take the asteroids from up there, and then they put them in this location, this tube-like location, and then they harvest all the stuff.
I think we could say that this is probably one of the larger type Landsrat maps. It's pretty a big one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's also the really cool thing again, because it's so easy, well, easy theoretically, not like actual development time or work-wise, but to add new locations to the overland map, which was always the design behind the overland map, to be able to add new locations like this specifically for, you know, specific objectives and things like that, or Landsrat missions.
And this is something we definitely want to continue doing as well. And Joel, who's just here, has plenty of plans and designs and thoughts for future maps to add and future locations to add. So it's going to be cool stuff coming.
Exactly. But that's not the only thing that's coming. The other thing that I'm personally very excited about is, of course, the brand new dungeon that we have as well.
The old quarry.
Yeah, so here you have the old quarry coming in, selecting your difficulty. It's got all the same mechanics as the other dungeons that we introduced in 1.3. It starts out in this sort of mining facility on the ground, and then you have really cool combat arenas. I really love these arenas. I was just playing this one again, and it's cool because there's the NPCs has been given some abilities and some new movement sets, so that they're behaving in a way that I felt a lot more natural. So that was really fun. And then as you see, you kind of go past the mining, the entrance, and you start going into like the vents and start going up towards what seems more like a lab where they're doing experiments. This ties back into this water shippers faction.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be some weird creatures here as well that you'll have to fight off. And this all kind of just leads to a new boss arena, which I do believe that we're going to be seeing the entrance to next. But yeah, it's really beautiful. I really like how this looks. And here you see the tunnel leading to the boss area. Do you remember the name of the boss?
Jolanta?
Yeah, I think that's true. Yeah, that's true. So she's
Dr. Jolanta, please.
Dr. Jolanta.
Excuse my French. I was Dr. Jolanta, and yeah, she is pretty cool. She has new abilities, new faces, new mechanics, new everything. She has these ads that she will call on. They will rise from the ground, and they will come at you, and she can charge them. With fury,
she's a necromancer.
I guess. Some sort of.
She's a necromancer.
Let's not go into too much details.
Okay, sorry.
Let them discover some things as well.
But there's some cool mechanics at least. That's the important part.
Yes, that's the important part. Again, stepping stones, building on things that we already introduced.
But I think the main thing I want to say about this is that you kind of have to manage both the boss and the ads at the same time, and that's where the balance is.
Yeah. And here, of course, we also see some of the things that we will get from the dungeon, including new armor, new weapons. It's
new armor, new weapon, right?
We'll look a bit after this, a bit later, at the actual what those weapons look like. But
I really like this new armor.
In the smuggler in the water ship.
I like this armor.
Obviously.
Yeah, it's a
So
heavy
there's
armor.
quite a lot of new.
Maybe there's a light version of it
I
as
think
well.
there's like 5 new
From the
ranged
dungeon.
weapons, 5 new melee weapons. Yeah, this is Camille.
5 new ranged weapons, 5 new melee weapons. I like the sword.
I think around 17 new augments.
New sword blades,
as well.
new blades.
So
And then
there's
the
a lot of
chest
things.
pieces and the helmet as well. Yeah.
Which you get by doing actual mission. Like there's an actual thing you have to do. I don't want to spoil it. There's
It's a part of the progression in
in
the update.
So there's
I
a
want
lot
this armor.
of cool new drops as well available in the dungeon. And again, I think it's very cool
And
that
new
we
armors,
really
right?
see as well that we are now introducing even more a little more complex boss fights as well, and mechanics and things. And that's definitely something that we're gonna build upon and work on and
Yeah, the boss system that we built the foundation for in 1.3 update we're just continuing to build on top of that. And it's really fun to see what the team can do with it, because they're just surprising you. Hey, I did take this mechanic that we had and this mechanic that we had, and then I added this element, and suddenly you have a whole new way of fighting a boss.
Yeah.
So it's really cool.
exciting. But of course, as you mentioned, new map, new things that we're working on that are coming soon. other things like new community challenges, more boosted progression weekends and all that. So this is all things, of course, that we've done in the past, and also things that we're going to do going forward, depending on the feedback. So far, the feedback has been really positive about this. Again, I was blown away by how fast the community smashed through those community challenge. That for the one for chapter 3, that was actually.
I feel like we underestimated them.
Yeah, I think so too.
there.
I think so too.
So for the next community challenge that we're planning, because we are planning another one with 1.4. We're not going to underestimate you. You won't be able to do it, I'm sure.
No! There's your challenge. There's your challenge, players.
Sorry, that was a cheap one.
But also, the last thing I wanted to mention is we also work on quality of life improvements, like especially performance-wise. Of course, that's an ongoing process, right, Ole Andreas?
Yes, 100%. Yeah, it's something we're continuously working on.
Well, to be honest, Stitches,
no, the day before yesterday,
this new armor
Tuesday,
is it can be a little bit feminine.
That we're working on with how the base shields work, render distances on a few things, vehicles in when you're in crowded areas.
That's amazing, man.
There was like a ton of different performance
that's fucking amazing, man.
And that's going to continue to.
That's awesome, man.
In future patches. There was a few in 1.4 as well.
Very nice, man.
Yeah. Expect
Fantastic.
improvements in performance going forward.
Fantastic. I, for one, am very excited for the new update. We actually have some more coming up, but
This is my game
I'm just going
called
to thank you
Shrine.
for now for being here. It was a pleasure to have you. Hopefully
you.
sometime soon.
Yeah.
Ole Andreas will be... No, you will be back for the Q&A, actually.
I'll be
for
back
the
for
next
Q&A.
segment. I have some new guests. But now it's time to get some water, maybe get some snacks, because we have a quick break while we do some changes behind the scenes.
Where did he
and
put
prepare
that?
for the next segment. Don't go too far.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't see it.
Art. Sorry.
Art. That's fucking awesome, man. Where did you buy that? Did you buy that from the cup and the other? Did you buy that from our site? You bought that from our site, man? You didn't tell me that about that, man. I didn't check, to be honest. I didn't check. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. I need to upload the site again. This is what Rarun did. This is his Gamehauntings shrine. Thank you very much, man. This is fucking awesome. And he bought this for our site, from our merchandise site. That's fucking amazing, man. Thank you, man. Thank you very much. Time to go and pee and be right back. Thank you very much, Arun. That's fucking amazing.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you have some water or some other good beverages and some snacks, and you sit comfortably, because now we're gonna talk Water Wars DLC, which is generally a thing that we do with our update. So we have a free
That's new
update,
faces,
and then
I'm
we
gonna send
have
them photo.
optional DLC and optional paid DLC that is cosmetic. We will see some examples of that, or actually pretty much a lot of examples.
That's a lot of
very
red,
cool,
man.
that don't give you power. So it's not, like you don't buy power, you don't buy anything that someone else doesn't.
You see,
get.
this is the right
it's
version
purely
of it. It's a
cosmetic,
little
and we
bit
just want to make
feminine.
sure that you know that, and to stress that again as well. But to talk about the Water Wars DLC, I have two new guests on the seats here, one new face and one face we have seen before. So let's start with the new face. This is Gavin Whelan, our senior art director on Dune Awakening. Gavin, I am so excited to have you on stream.
I'm so nervous to be here, yes.
Finally. We tried to get him on stream so many times, but he's so nervous, so please be nice, chat. Give him a very warm welcome. He's such a nice person too. Gavin, you want to introduce yourself quickly?
Yes, Gavin Whelan. I've been with Funcom over 20 years now. It's been a long time here. And first time doing this, so I was super nervous doing this. Normally very, very, very happy to be behind the camera.
It's going to be
doing
fine.
the art stuff.
Yes, it's going to be fine. And all the way over there, we have tóðeigil, that some of you might recognize from previous stream. He is our building wizard. So if you see any crazy good looking buildings and
He is what
constructions
Gothic is for
in
us.
our marketing material, you can be
Gothic
sure
is
that
our
tóðeigil
building
is involved,
wizard.
and probably also the design
So it's
of
the
those
version of
things.
Gothic,
tóðeigil,
but for fun.
you want to introduce yourself a little bit further as well?
Yeah, tóðeigil. I've been here. I was, if you someone remember the building stream we did before
But
launch,
Gothic
I was
looks
there.
better.
Yeah, I love building.
That's debatable.
And, I'm very lucky to be able to
That's
do it in both
debatable.
Conan Exiles and Dune Awakening. So we have some cool new things to show you from the Water Wars.
Yes. So let's show some things. So this new DLC has a very unique look to it. We've seen a little bit previously. So we've actually seen a hint of that in the game, like live. And, but yeah, here we see also
That's
the
amazing.
new building pieces. tóðeigil, you want to
Yeah.
comment a little bit on it?
Right now we are in a
Yeah, exactly. Where's
water
black and
base
purple?
Yeah.
that I built. We're going to show you all the contents. The DLC here, you can see the building pieces, you're going to see the decorations, all this
There.
stuff. So as you can see
There,
here, I'm just
the end
right
of
in the
the-
middle of the
the end of
base.
the
We're high up on a mountain.
Gavin can probably also give some feedback or like some background on why does it look like it looks and what is the story behind it.
Yeah, I mean, the water shippers, you've seen it in Windpass. Essentially, they're more of an industrial type of faction. They're not like the grand, big, major houses. They are people they have an industry, they have a job, and they have grown incredibly wealthy. So we really wanted to represent two things here. We wanted to show the industrial side of them. So the clothing is very functional, very work-related. They're not scared to get their hands dirty doing things to earn money. But we also wanted to show the wealth and the opulence of who they are. They've got money, they've come into it.
I
and they're
like
not scared to
it.
show
I
it
like
off.
the red. I like black
And it was a
I
great
like the red.
excuse for us to actually give the players something, to improve the quality and the visuals of their own personal bases. So there's a lot more color, a lot more vibrance in here.
I got it.
So it's really what we want to do. People, we've had the Atreides bases, which are kind of grey and very sort of modest in many ways, and then we have the brutal sort of Harkonnen camps, which are they are what they are. They're big black monolithic structures, and we started to introduce a little bit more color and variety in with the smuggler sets. So a lot of blues and coppers coming in there, but now we're sort of getting into more certainly the plants, like you mentioned earlier. This is how much wealth do they need to have to show off, and that they can have trees and plants and yes.
And one unique thing about this particular building set is also those leg-like structures. Tell me more about this.
Wow, this came from Bruno, who is one of the art directors who works.
It looks like it's gonna come to life and gonna live.
And we really like the idea because they're kind of latching on and grabbing hold of things. I mean, there's always something parasitic about the industry of Arrakis, whether you're taking spice or you're taking water or any sort of materials. There's something you're taking from the landscape.
Whoever built this base looks very amazing. It looks very nice.
It's either spice or religion, like the Fremen. So, you know, it's not good and evil, but it is a little bit slightly kind of.
Yeah, Zava will love that, of course. We're gonna talk about it later.
It's certainly.
I'm gonna pick his name.
Wealth and not, you know,
many times.
So here you can see tons of cool pieces in the set. There's 52 building pieces. The arch, as this is called, is basically 3 walls high, and it an arched leg going out, and it connects perfectly
with
pillars. So this is the Watershipper's pillars here, you see. I really like the windows, I really like the roofs, and I really love that you can have both white and red walls, so it allows you to quite a bit of to be creative with different colors. So we're gonna head inside also after, but we're gonna stay outside a little bit here. You can see a lot of nice combinations you can do while building with this set. We also hope you wanna combine it with other sets, but here you can see, for example, one of my favorite features is that you can have different colors.
Do you like the new cosmetics and stuff, the
so
correct
here
stuff?
I've been combining
and the new building
red
stuff
and white, and they have these nice lights.
I love those ceilings. Can I just say, it's very like, I love those so much.
I feel it's very stylish.
Yeah.
And here you get a little taste of.
It feels like an expensive club or something.
18 decorations in the DLC. So you see a nice bed, nice couches here.
See the bed?
I really like the colors here. I've also used the swatch.
I'm gonna sleep. The balcony look like this. I can always sleep in the balcony.
And I've used it here on wind turbines, things like this. So you can see it's combining.
We cannot have everything in purple. It's okay.
Here you can see.
We cannot have everything in purple. If you want purple, you can play Mirage.
This is the banner for the water shippers.
Purple is beautiful color.
I prefer red, but purple.
You can build
I
a lot
like
of cool
purple,
things.
but I prefer red.
It's very
actually, I
opulent.
prefer black. Black is my favorite color.
More sci-fi.
But other than black, I prefer red.
It's quite different from most of the other buildings.
I like black and white, but prefer black and red.
This connection between some of the architecture and some of the methodology of why they build here and how they build here. So we started with the Arakeen structures that you'd see in the city, and it's kind of an evolution of that because you still have to take into account the environment, the wind, the weather. I mean, it's the first and most important thing when you're building an Arrakis to survive the planet.
Yeah.
But then to have that flip side, to do something interesting with the interior, like you were talking about the ceilings and the wall colors and all the furniture and
I mean, look at this.
What is my bar?
So, it's so open.
What am I gonna drink beers in the guild base?
The detail on the table here with the texture is just
I really like this.
Absolutely fantastic. I also really love the lights. I love the lights in this set so much. It's probably one of my favorite sets when it comes to the lights. Not only because the things that are inbuilt into the ceiling.
Yeah, the detail is amazing.
You probably go and show them afterwards.
Of course.
Go ahead of you of your there they are.
This is actually another bar. This is a bed.
They're so Art Deco. Like I love that so much.
It looks amazing, right?
It's like the whole style is, especially interior design, is just.
Yeah, the concept artists really love doing this stuff, and they provide me with so many good choices. It makes my job really easy and hard at the same time to sort of narrow it down to the set that we have. But yeah.
Petition for a bar, yeah. Yeah.
I think it's also easy to
we can make a bar if you want to, right?
A faction or
with
families that are rich, they're not Corino rich, they're not Empire, they're not.
And then we think our guild base is big. This is
here that they like to show.
3 times our guild base.
They've made money out of Arrakis. Yeah. I mean, it's still kind of, we need to keep a lid on the wealth, not so much so we don't compete with the Corino because we want to expand.
The fucking details are amazing now.
Yeah, so here you can see a small light. You can see 2 wall lights.
Enough with your purple.
And you see.
You like red as well.
So you have also these cool bookcases here. These lights are built into the bookcases.
Red brown
color. Like the beds.
Yay! Inbuilt lights.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So there's lots of cool things here. The carpets are also nice, a bit more color than usual. And here I've used the swatch on. The storage containers and crafting stations.
I also like thinking about the outdoor external the what's it called? Interior, outerior?
Exterior.
Exterior.
Yep.
I have a feeling what some people are gonna build with those sets as well, like more like, you know,
This is where I'm gonna sleep.
mecha type structures, stuff like
Yes.
that, you know, like I didn't wanna, but that's kind of my first thought when I saw the building set for the first time. I'm like,
Yes.
I know what I'm gonna do with this.
Well, that's
from my childhood.
for me. That's the fun part. Okay, I mean, when we build these, we have a shape language.
Look
in
at this,
mind, we have
how many
design
floors
in
does
mind,
this
and then the
tractor
first
have?
real test of that is
Why?
standing at the Toraigo to build
One.
something
Yeah,
with.
actually talking about that, before we show some of the other really cool stuff,
Two,
we do have some
three,
concept
four,
actually
five.
that
Yes.
you shared with us, which is probably would be fun to maybe look at those quickly if we can, and then we can go back to the actual.
Yeah.
There we are, like.
Yeah. So the top line of sort of images and concepts, some from the movie, which we kind of wanted to stay true to some of the design language that Denis Villeneuve had come through in the movie, and in addition to two of the building types that we had before, and the new elements that we wanted to add to that, this sort of take the Arakeen structure and change the angles of it to make it more streamlined, to sort of, you know, design for design's sake as opposed to just something that's functional. And the protection and the shielding, you know, so the exterior feels protective and still attractive and beautiful, and then go into the interior, and then these are just
This is
it's
the
like-
new
Yes.
helicopter.
Oh yeah, maybe we can
It
go
looks
back
fucking
to
amazing.
the actual in-game
I want it. I want it now.
view again. Yes, because I mean,
Look at this, man.
I mean,
That- the
almost
ornithopter is fucking
makes me wanna
amazing.
Switch off my Harkonnen ornithopter. This is like, I mean, this is just
it is the Porsche of ornithopters.
Porsche of ornithopters.
It doesn't
Look
need
how
to
it
look
looks,
like
man.
this functionally, but it does because they want it to look.
I want it now.
So it's
You
nice.
want to show off your, like, you have money, man. You can build
Yeah.
an ornithopter that looks like this.
Yes.
Yeah, it's very sleek
As a
and
family
stylish.
of water owners, you know, like this is what we do. This is
Fuck me, this looks amazing.
It's good flying.
we
as well.
deal in
Yeah,
water. It's super streamlined. It looks like the sports car
Yes.
of ornithopters, like literally. So I love it. I think it's my second favorite after the Harkonnen. I think the Harkonnen ornithopter is my favorite, but
It's a personal
I
preference.
might be convinced.
But that's
to
what we're trying to do. We're trying to sort
Yeah,
of
also,
appeal
yeah, we're gonna
to
keep trees.
different
aesthetics and-
people,
yes.
different
Real
aesthetics,
trees.
different
100%.
fantasies that players will
Not
want
laser
to-
projection out of them.
Just keep on
Real
building
trees.
that into the
Yeah.
future.
You can see they have a few golden accents here.
Because
also,
they are the
some
water
parts
seepers, so they
here
have
that
water, so they
gold
can-
on them.
They can
So I'm
farm
gonna
trees.
Throw a little bit gold in there too. Why don't we? Yes.
I'm gonna head back to my
have the money.
character. There we go.
We have water to sell.
That looks feminine.
So in
This
the
is-
DLC, there's of course 3 armor sets. So here is the scout armor. So you can see the style of the red
it
and
looks-
white coming
it's
through
not-
here.
Very,
You can actually see on the shoulder
know,
pads
mainly-
the shape language of the shoulder pads. That was the origin of the
logo.
arches.
Oh,
So that's where
yeah.
that shape came from.
It's
So it
also
came from
similar to the
character.
logo they have, the actual.
It's very similar.
yeah.
We want to have something that felt like a water drop, but also felt like a diamond.
Oh,
so
that makes sense.
wealthy
Oh,
water.
nice. Yeah.
So we're gonna put on the heavy. So these are variants. So you apply them to
This
your
looks like,
existing,
you know,
armors if you own the
Russian.
DLC. And this DLC is in the season pass
Armor.
and in the ultimate edition, like the other
Huh?
DLCs. So here you can see the heavy, like built for a specific climate. And here I'm gonna swap to the still suit.
Yeah, Siberia or something, yeah. I mean,
And also they
Very
mentioned as
sleek.
well, like
This looks like feminine.
particular, Water War. Water War? Yeah, Water Wars DLC is the conclusion of the season pass as well. So this is part of the season pass.
Yeah.
You get 2 weapons as well. I'm a big fan
I love
of the
this.
rapier.
Me too. Me too. It's so unique looking.
You can
New-
see
new
many
sword,
of the
right?
similar shapes, I feel, going through both this and the Thopter and any of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard for a concept artist to, there's so little space you have to work with to continue a theme and to make something that's interesting and new. And yeah, he did fantastic on this. And same with the weapon. The rifle looks absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, so this is a drill shot. Just zooming in here. Very
And again,
sleek
just
weapon.
to also repeat that again, these are, as you mentioned too, These are variants, basically, so or skins, right? So this is not a new weapon.
You can,
Well, yeah, there are skins. Yeah,
I feel the rifle is very
technically it's not a
stylish,
new
yeah.
weapon, right?
Yeah. Let's see, there's also a couple of emotes that come with it. We can do one of them here. The water shipper salute.
Nice.
Cool.
The other one we're not gonna spoil.
You'll see it when you get it. So
Exactly, you'll see it when you get it.
now, overall, it's a very nice building set, I feel. It gives you a lot of options. I can go a little bit into the building tool here just to show. So here you can see all the pieces.
Yeah. I told you about that.
There's lots of little details. In the foundation here, there's a lot of mechanical parts, like there's wheels. It's not just a block. So there's a lot of tech in the set. And of course, here you have the arch, 3 walls high. So trying to fit these around your base, trying to basically make space for the arches is a big part of building with the water shipper set here. Here you can see the nice pillars. I really like the doors. And the roofs, and of course, as with all sets now, there is a garage door with this as well. The set uses granite to build with, so should be nice and easy to get. These roofs with the windows I really love them, and this is a rooftop here, so you can use this as a cap. There is a simpler version of it, but this is very stylish. I feel with the window here, so. I feel this set could be very good to build maybe with the Observer. Like you could make some really cool combos with Observer set. But of course, feel free to build however you like.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to see what the players do with them.
Me
because like
too.
Torrego was the first reference of like, is this working, yes or no? But then when you see what comes back from the players,
I
it's really
still
exciting.
think we should do like kind of a Torrego versus community type of challenge. But then of course,
The best
do we want
players,
him to be? Do we want him to be like?
The best players will always be better.
Yes.
That's the rule.
Yes.
Yes.
I was do we want him to be bested like that by the community? I was like, part of me is like, hell yeah. Okay, cool. But I think we've shown quite a lot of things here now. I do hope that our players are as excited as I personally am about this. I'm really looking forward to. I mean, I've already.
Well, we are at Trivis, right?
Stuff, and I might have tried it
But
out.
I really like the hard Conan.
I'm looking forward, but as you mentioned, what
new
you all
ornithopter.
are going to do with this new set. Yes, and with that said, thank you so much to Egil and also Gavin for joining me today and showing us those building pieces and armors, and also talk a little bit about inspirations and things like that. That's always interesting. And now from one beautiful thing to another beautiful thing that we haven't actually been directly involved in, but is very tied to our IP, of course, and has us very excited, and I think probably you as well. Let's watch the Dune Part 3 trailer before we go into our Q&A.
That was Conan Exiles. That was Conan Exiles. Oh, the movie. That's the movie.
Oh, we name her.
That's the Dune Part 3 movie that's gonna come in December.
She'll need to be strong, like her mother.
We've watched the 2 parts and the series, and we're looking forward for the season 2 of the series and the Part 3 of Dune movie.
So he would have the wisdom of his grandfather.
War feeds on itself. The more I fight, the more our enemies fight back.
Oh! Pattinson. Robert Pattinson.
Protect my family. How did Father do it?
Your father never started a war.
I'm not afraid to die. But I must not die. Yet.
Okay, we're definitely gonna see that. And my boy is back. Javier Bardem, I read his name.
And we're back.
Is he
with
petting the
our
hi-
Q&A
is he petting
with
the-
one of
is he
us,
petting
and Joel,
Kevin?
who is
Sahalut.
stroking a sandworm. Shout out to Dana, by the way, from our community team, who crocheted this sandworm, by the way. She's a wizard when it comes to making
looks
those.
really
It
good,
looks really
actually.
cool. Yeah.
Pretty cool one.
It looks fantastic. Maybe I can
It gives me comfort in my darkest hours.
get one as well. Yes. Stroke the sandworm.
Yes.
Typical Joel fashion. All right.
I don't know what you mean by typical Natasha.
We collected some questions from the community, from you, and we're gonna answer those now. I'm gonna throw those over to you, of course.
Sure.
Now,
Can I ask? Do you think any of the questions are going to mention PvP?
I don't think so.
No, probably not. No one has any questions
No,
about that.
I mean I've seen them. There's not a single PvP question. In
All the questions are have to
Any future
do with
plans for
PvP.
PvP, such as Arena?
We can talk about that.
Yeah.
So for Chapter 3 story, we built the arena, and the plan was to use that for more things in the future, both of a PvE and PvP nature, hopefully. So I can't say concretely when, but there's definitely some thoughts in our mind about how to reuse that level and that arena for future content.
And yeah, there's been conversations internally, and I mean, Exiles has some similar.
Yes, Exiles have
mechanics.
buildable arenas as well, which is also something that one of our lead coders is very excited about.
I mean, Giddy Prime Arena, that'd be fun.
And we've seen a ton of cool videos online of players building arenas that they're doing PvP in.
Yes.
So this is
100%.
definitely something that we enjoy seeing, and if we can help, then yeah.
Yes.
I like arenas. I like PvP, arena PvP personally. So, yes. Okay, next question. Are there any plans for matchmaking?
It's a
to
cross,
find
no.
Not
Crochet.
any plans now?
Yeah, you can make one.
No, I don't think so. We can
It's Kevin Hill.
look at it and talk about it, but right now it's not the plan.
Yeah. All right. Are there any plans for faction?
Helena wants the Kevin. She liked it.
This one's interesting because I think if we do that, we have to do a very specific setup for it, right? Like some people have talked about having faction versus faction in the deep desert as an option, but it's complicated. A lot of people, there are a percentage of people who haven't joined a faction in the game, right? Like by the time they're going to places like that, what happens with neutrals in these situations? So the definitive answer right now is no, there are no key plans, but like it is something that we need to spend some time thinking about and looking at for faction versus faction. There'll be more faction ranking missions in the future. And as we build through those, I do want to take a look at it and think about it. So
I think that's a good answer. Never say never. And oops, I just got my messages. There we go. Are there plans to add mods for self-hosted servers?
No plans for mods. I mean, we're working with an IP that also has some. I feel like there's some restrictions there that we need to respect on the IP side.
for sure.
100%.
So yeah, no plans for mods. But I mean, self-hosted players servers, they will have quite a few options to configure their experience.
Yes, and people tend to be quite ingenious. We'll see what they come up with.
Yeah.
True. There's actually a question that we kind of answered in the DLC section. So, are the new base pieces for the water shipper plastone or granite? It's got like the red and gold. Well, it's kind of red, and then it looked goldish, brassish. So yes, there is a swatch for placeables. Are there plans to add a building camera mode?
No current plans, but that's an interesting thought.
It's been raised before.
Yeah, it's been talked
and
about.
we've talked about it internally before, but we haven't actually got it scheduled in a patch right now. So,
But I mean, this is one of the things. Like since launch, we've done a lot of quality of life updates based on player feedback.
Yep.
A ton of the stuff we've been adding in patches are that. So definitely something we will look at sometime in the future.
yeah,
Well,
100%.
you missed.
Like even even a few months ago, you were paying taxes. Now you're not, right?
Yes.
So there's stuff that like
Things can change quite fast.
things change fast based
Yeah.
on feedback and what we see people wanting, hoping for, and definitely like and also I do have to say also what people do. We have pretty good metrics from how people play the game,
Yes.
and we pay a lot of attention to because like this is going to sound like I'm. No, I don't know.
I know exactly what you're
but,
gonna
no, but like there's this thing like people say a lot of things and they often say things like you just have to read any Reddit post and see that everyone there's 20 different opinions, right? The truth of what people do is actually the core thing that you
Yeah.
can sort of see. So like it's like you have to make sure that you filter signal and noise and you understand like what people say they want, what people actually want, and how they play the game, so that you can make good decisions about these things.
Yeah. So like our decisions are always informed by both looking at feedback and looking at forum posts and Reddit and all different kind of platforms, but also informed by data that we actually have on how players play the game. I think it's also kind of important to mention as well, because generally there can be a group that is really loud and then it feels like, oh, everyone feels that
You
way.
like it, Helena?
But then we do, of course, have internal data that shows us like, people have been doing that many dungeons, or people have been doing this particular thing, but not so much of the other thing. So
exactly.
it's important to mention that we're not just nilly-willy changing things.
No, exactly.
So,
We pay attention to a lot of the data.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Any plans to be able to show off wealth by having real plants? That's a cool question. I love that, actually. That's a fantastic question.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, there is a.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, there is a thing about that coming up one day.
We're putting like this is future plans.
Yes.
We have talked.
Joel's hinting and teasing, but yes, definitely like there are
that's
things.
something that I don't know about.
There's
either.
features in the future that we want to explore that touch upon that. Yes, for sure.
That sounds exciting. Now I'm excited too, chat. I'm super excited.
Everybody in the game loves
Can't believe
Derek
I don't
so
know
much.
about
We
this.
want to give you as much Derek as we possibly can.
Good old
Derek,
Derek.
the planetarist, everyone's favorite man.
Yeah. I get it. Any plans for new water storage and collection?
Not currently.
What about the potatoes?
But I mean, sorry, that's not correct, I guess, because this is where it ties into future plans.
Yeah, it's the whole thing about like we're sitting here held hostage today because we have some really cool stuff we want to talk about, but we're not allowed to talk about because people tell us no, you can't talk about this stuff. So hey, we're just trying to tell you stuff without saying stuff. But yes, there's definitely stuff coming.
Yeah,
in
the way he talks, the way he
Might be a
talks, the way
table
he
somewhere.
I feel like
smiles,
that's
the way
that moment in Arrested Development where I wink at the screen and then someone says never do that
And his
again.
face is a little familiar. Imagine him with a big bear.
It really is. Like we have some really exciting stuff.
big bear.
It ties into what you're talking about now with
yes. So
water
as we mentioned earlier, like yes, 1.4 is an update. It's not an actual chapter, but there's of course so much more in the works. So don't you worry. There is a lot of exciting.
Have you reassured people about Conan Exiles yet? Have you done that? Should I do that?
How long did you finish?
We'll talk about that at the very end.
Sorry.
Anyway, on to the next question.
Yeah.
Are there news on the server merges?
Are we sure it's not Rapid Death?
No news, but it's still a thing that is coming very soon. We have a plan internally that we have some dates, and then we'll have some dates for announcing it, making or releasing a list of which worlds will be affected, so that people can start preparing mentally and which ones they want to move to, and then there is plans for when we'll start actually shutting them down as well. But there's going to come a lot more information about it. We have spent a lot of time thinking about how to make this as smooth an experience as possible. even if you come in after the merge or the server merge has happened,
it's with
we want it to be as smooth as possible to move the bases and the vehicles that you had in that world that was merged over to the new one.
Yeah.
So, more information coming. We'll make it as smooth as possible.
There's a lot of moving elements, no pun intended actually in this case, but there's a lot of moving elements that need to be considered and really,
Yeah, and we needed to get some of the pieces in place, like base reconstruction and things like that.
Exactly.
So we've been building out features.
Building stepping stones.
Yeah, exactly. Building out features along the way that both are requested by people so that they can, take a break from the game and come back and restore their bases intact and all these things that people have been asking about. And telling us like clearly that they want, but in addition, these things will help when the server merges come. So we had to build out, the steps so that we can,
concrete examples. You just mentioned it, like the base reconstruction tool, and now also the base recycling tool.
Yes.
Because in the server merge context, we might force basically auto backup your base, S in plural, and then maybe some of those bases you don't actually want to place down, or you don't find a place for it, or you just want to recycle it. So now we have that functionality and you can get the time you put in building that base back again when you recycle it.
Because the game itself, like Dune Awakening, is a complex game already, and then having like system like that need to work intertwined like this is even more complex.
Yes.
So that's the reason it takes a little bit longer.
We really want to take the time that you put in, the effort that you put in seriously, and we want to make sure that there's
update 1.4 is gonna be released 19th May.
Helping people not to have loss.
Yeah.
They saw that.
Sort of the
I just
They
love
saw
how
that
you
was.
hold like your little support animal.
Yeah,
there.
Helena would like that.
What are the dogs called? The official term that you can have that help
helper
you?
dogs or help.
Is it support animals?
I think it is
emotional support.
Emotional support.
Yeah, this is
you
my
have an
emotional-
emotional support sandworm.
My
There you go.
emotional support childhood.
Yes, that's what. And then we have one last question. Any plans to add elevators?
Jeff G, stop being in the chat. Jeff, get out of the chat.
Is it Jeff? Is it you, Jeff? Is it you, Jeff?
It is a feature we've talked about internally a few times.
How many times did you cut it?
I haven't.
Oh wow! It's throwing him under the bus. Not nice.
It is a
Not
feature
nice.
that we want to do, but it's always a priority, and it's a tricky one to do.
Yes.
If you don't know, one of the hardest things to do in games are elevators, moving platforms, doors. Like the things that you don't think is hard.
Well, it's
That's
also
really
because
tricky.
these are suspensor elevators that we were talking about.
Correct.
And,
Yeah.
And they have a cost on the servers that has been quite high. We have done prototypes of this.
Yeah,
And
we
that's
have.
why we cut it, because we were like, oh, this is killing performance in the game. We need to
those are difficult to
rethink
make.
it,
You
refactor
can make
it,
them
and
by yourself,
retry. So one day I think these will come because Jeff G is
If you
going to
create
kill
the
us
door
if
by
we don't put
yourself
them in.
and
The
you don't
world
get the
director
ready asset,
has been asking for this for like 3 years.
Oh, I bet.
The physique of it is hard.
Yeah, he really wanted them for Haggard Rift. That was his first place. He was like, I want people to be able to get out of Haggard Rift from the bottom by taking a suspensor elevator up, and we were all for it, but it was
difficult to
not
actually
feasible
implement.
from a technical standpoint in some ways. So
It's so funny though. But every game I've worked on since back in EverQuest times was about elevators. I remember Calathane had like those elevators. Throwback to Darkfall as well.
Conan Exiles gets
elevators there as well, and then it comes up again.
You have
it's
have
also
elevator in
following me
Conan
around,
Exiles.
this whole
what's super
elevator
weird though
discussion.
is that Christian
can make an
Bull
elevator in
Hansen, one
Conan
of our
Exiles.
expert designers, implemented elevators on Conan Exiles when he went home one weekend, and then came in on the Monday and went, "Hey, his elevator's working." I was like, "Which? Which? I don't know how he did it. I still don't know how he did it." And it worked. I mean, I think the coders
So you're
probably had to
saying
fix
it's
it.
super easy to have.
I'm saying we need Christian Bull Hansen to just apply his
make
mind to
elevators.
this.
I think the
Okay.
clue is the coders probably had to fix it for a week afterwards. But yeah.
Coders probably had to spend
But
a
you
year on it.
need you need both, right? You need the designer who's just like, here's a prototype, it's a cool
Yeah, yeah.
thing, and then
Yeah.
Then you actually have to make it work with everything else.
Yeah. Then you have to make it work with 1,000 bases.
Just the logic alone doesn't make a feature, right?
But yeah, the answer is yes, it'll probably be there at some point.
And if not, suspensor belts.
Okay, cool. That was also the last question. So,
Okay.
thank you, Ole Andreas. Thank you, Joel. Always a pleasure.
Thank you,
It is-
Natasha.
And I mean that it's always a pleasure to have you both on
It is.
stream.
It is nice to talk
It's
to the
always
community again. I have been
interesting.
away for a while, so
Yeah,
it's nice to have a nice to have a chat and be back and, say hi to people.
100%.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure the community really appreciates that as well. And I'm also really happy that we were able to do another stream in between all the crazy work that everyone in the team is doing. So everyone is very hard at work.
I guess that's worth mentioning as well. Like, we're also hard at work on the console version that's coming out later this year.
Yes.
Yes, Dune is gonna be released in console.
Yes. So that's,
Are they gonna have a crossplay?
many of the things we cannot talk
Many
about.
of the things, no.
I mean, Conan Exiles had the crossplay between
What was that?
Game Pass and
What's the Conan Exile thing that you
Steam.
wanted to talk about?
You were able
So
to
I
get.
wanted to say this about the Conan Exiles Enhanced Edition that's coming out. I just want to reassure the Dune community because this is something I've seen people talking about and speculating about
I was going to mention that too, but it's actually nice if it's coming from
since
you.
the trailers and stuff came out.
Yes.
We've not moved a single active developer from the Dune project onto Conan Exiles at all.
Yes.
There's nobody from the Dune team working on Conan Exiles Enhanced. I am probably the only person on the project who has spent any time looking at it, and that's just because of my role as Chief Creative Officer of the company. I need to go and pay attention to what else is happening. But we are not putting those resources on that game.
There is a different team for Dune,
We
focus
obviously
on
have our
Dune,
own Conan Exiles team.
and
that
there
we've
is a
had for long
different
time.
team for Conan.
So that's something I just want to reassure the Dune community
exactly.
about because I feel like I see this speculation that people are like, oh, they're abandoning Dune and going, no, Dune has a much larger team working on it with all of the stuff that's coming. And I know it kind of sucks that we can't talk about some of the bigger updates that are coming.
Tell me about it.
It's frustrating, but no, rest assured that has not changed.
Yes.
So I just wanted to be clear about it.
Thank you,
with the team.
actually, yes.
Stole your thunder, I'm sorry.
That is totally fine. I think it's actually cool it's coming from you. It's way more valuable if it's coming from you than from me, I love that we were able to...
Natasha.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to stroke that thing, So anyway, with Conan Exiles announced on the table already, thank you, Joel, we are going to watch the Conan Exiles Enhanced trailer.
What the fuck?
I completely destroyed it now, didn't I? Anyway, perfect ending to the stream. We are gonna end with Conan Exiles Enhanced version. Unreal 5 update coming for free to Steam. Thank you again for watching. We love you very much.
She's
Thank you for being part of the
laughing.
community. Thank you for playing, and hopefully we see you again soon.
Look in Conan Exiles, the enhanced edition that moved in Unreal Engine 5 with the Inflection team. Inflection, that's how it's called, I think. It's gonna feel like playing a whole different game. Look how they did it! I'm so fucking looking forward for that. We're gonna be there playing Conan Exiles in May 5th, by the way. When I hear this music, man, I feel goosebumps all over my body. Bam bam. Yeah, we have water in Conan Exile, stitches. We have desert, but we have forest, we have the Amazon itself, we have everything. Look how they did me, look at the details. Look, this is forest. And they have enhanced all the items as well. And do you know what's the best thing of them all that we can have in Conan Exiles? The best part. We have boobas! The best part. I mean, no? Helena is trying to find her slippers. Yeah. I mean, I'm so looking forward for Conan Exiles. It's coming out in 5 days. Fucking awesome, man. Okay. Nice. 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 Very, 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 very nice. Now, give me a second to go and pee. And come back to spin the wheel for the VIPs. Be right back. Boobas ole! So, nice. Nice, 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 nice. So, okay, that was nice. So with chapter 1.4, not chapter, update 1.4, that's gonna be released in May 19th. We're gonna have new dungeon with a new boss, new end game area with 5 new Lancerat missions, a new building set, new decoration set. Yeah! Harun, you scared the living crap out of me, man! Fuck me. Thank you for the 100 bits. New jump scares, yeah. New decoration stuff, new fucking awesome Harkonnen Ornithopter, which I like it very much. New skin for weapons, new armor, and new skin for you know, melee weapons as well. And this is not chapter 4, right? This is not the DLC chapter 4. You know, they have different plans about it. We're gonna be there, of course, you know, playing that, looking forward for it, right? So yeah, nice. Also, Arun, what do you do there, man? Did you highlight your message? Or that's how it looks now? So, Lau, I mean, I like it. Did you like what, you know, the new stuff that they talked about in Dune? And you hear them, there is way more stuff coming, right?
No, you can highlight message with bits.
Yeah, you can hide your message with bits, I know. That's why I said that. So, yeah. Did you like it? I mean, did you like it? Let's put the names for the VIP. It's the VIP, you know, it's the end of the month, last day of the month. Like every month, we're gonna spin the wheel for the VIPs, for the VIP giveaway. So, who did it touch the fucking Lunacat? Lunacat, you scared the money. So, we have Fucking Slap. Still playing?
Yep.
Alibi. Fine. Eddie Naxman. It's still playing. Yeah, let's see with the wheels. That's true. We have O King Slap, Alibi, Enactment, Freya, Janos, Lunar Cat, Mage Guns, Prof Markov, Flamesy, Rarun, Stitches, Suzy, Teddy Phoenix. We have a lot of VIPs. Wizard. Did I forget anyone? Let me check. O King, Alibi, Etnaxman, Freya, Janos, Lunecard, Mage Guns, Prof Markov, Flamesy, Rarun, Stitches, Suzy, Teddy Phoenix, and Wizard. Nice. Thank you very much for redeeming VIP. Thank you very much, and for all your support. And this is something that, you know, say thank you to all of your, you know, support and stuff, and all the VIP, and to the community, right? To the VIP community. So, let's see who is gonna win this time. Good luck. Freya! Freya won a €10 Steam gift card, which for Freya, because it's in American dollars, is like $15 or something. Nice! Very, very, very nice. So, we're gonna keep on playing Dune. We really love Dune. We have a lot of stuff, and you know, there are more coming. I mean, the game practically haven't even started yet. For a game like, you know, for a game in the range of Dune, it's still in its baby steps, right? Also, in Conan Exiles, Funcom has been working for the, you know, even after 8 years, there's a new update, right? And something tells me that, you know, they have more plans for Conan Exiles. So we're gonna keep on playing Dune. We're looking forward for all of the new stuff. The Dune Awakening giveaway event still going on. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to have more keys about Dune Awakening, and, you know, continue with the giveaway, right? And we gonna keep on playing Conan Exile because I personally keep on, you know, been playing Conan Exile since 2018. Also, there was another version of Conan Exile that I've played in the past. Conan Exile is not the first game. It's not the first Conan game that, you know, Funcom has made. There were 3 other games before Conan Exiles, right? From Funcom, and you know, Conan Exiles has been released since 2018, and we have streamed the game back then, and I fucking love that because I'm a huge fan of Conan, Conan the Barbarian lore in general, right? I have books. I like, you know, Howard books. That's the novel that he wrote, and that's how the Conan the Barbarian, you know, got, you know, born, right? And the comics, I had a lot of comics. So yeah, we're gonna be there in 5th of May. Until then, tomorrow, we're gonna stream and continue with Cthulhu. And maybe we should play first some other games to try them, to give them a first look from the developers that sent it to us. And Saturday is a haunted night, Friday, Saturday, haunted night. We're gonna keep on playing Cthulhu and maybe try some other horror stuff in the horror games. And Sunday, if any of those new movies, horror movies that we are, you know, expecting to be released, it's gonna be, you know, out, like The Mummy from James Wan. We really want to see that one. We're gonna have a movie night. I mean, if any of these movies or anything else new, as far as it goes for a horror movie, you know, it's been released till Sunday. So see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for being here. Let's raid someone. Is anyone of Dune? I mean, a lot of people playing Dune now. I mean, streaming Dune because of the you know, of the event, right? A lot of people that haven't played Dune for a long time, right? So who is? Let's go to Grufus. Is he streaming or is he gonna stop the stream? Yeah.
Okay, so, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another Dune Awakening.
Yeah, let's go. He's streaming. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people are liking it, but you know, as much as we go, let's go and say hi to Gurufus. He's half Australian, half Greek, and he's an amazing streamer. And see you all tomorrow with haunted stuff, right? All the other people are liking. So all the other people are liking. Anyhow, it doesn't matter. Let's go. Bye bye.